is called Pratyahar. Okay. So Pratyahar is basically there are 8 limbs of yoga, which is known as Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta is 8, okay, and Angas are basically limbs. So there are 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam. You must have heard about it. Pratyahar, Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. So these are the 8 limbs of yoga. Today we are going to talk about one of the limbs, which is called as Pratyahar. It is the 5th limb of yoga. Okay, and it is the bridge. They say Pratyahar is the bridge, okay, between Bahirang and Antarang yoga. It's little technical, but I'll give you the examples, some relatable examples to understand. So Bahirang yoga. Bahir is the yoga that actually helps you to deal with the external world. Okay, so Yama, Niyama, Asana, and Pranayam are the limbs which help you to deal with the external world. Then there is Dharana, Dhyan, and Samadhi. These are called as Antarang Yoga because this deals with your internal, right? So there is one external Bahirang Yoga, internal Antarang Yoga, and there is a bridge between the two, which is Pratyahar. Okay. See, the meaning of the word is so beautiful. Pratyahar is made up of 2 words, Prati, okay, and Aru. Aru is Arohan, is movement. Prati is toward yourself. So the movement towards yourself is called Pratyahar. Isn't it beautiful? The word itself is Pratyahar, made up of 2 words, the movement towards yourself. Okay. And traditionally, they also say Pratyahar is basically withdrawal of senses. Okay. But I prefer this one. It is a movement towards yourself. Right? Prati and Ahar. Ahar, you know, have you heard about this? Ahar. Ahar is consumption. हम जो consume करते हैं ना उसको आहार बोलते हैं. Food. The another name for food in Sanskrit is ahar. Okay. So Pratyahar is basically paying importance on what you consume. Okay, which is very important. Now, what is Pratyahar? How do we do it? And what are the benefits of it? Okay, so what are the 5 sensory organs that we have that helps us to perceive the world? Which are the 5 sensory organs?
The eye.
Eye, the nose,
Nose.
ears,
Yes.
the mouth, the tongue.
Yeah. So 5 is the sight. The sight. You take in the world through your eyes. That is the sight. What you see. Then the sound. You take in the world through what you hear. Right. That is the sound.
Nose,
right. Smell. You take in the world. Yes. Through the smell. Then there is taste. You take in the world through taste. And touch. You take in the world through touch. So basically these are the 5 sensory organs through which you perceive the world. ये 5 जो इंद्रियां है ना उससे ही वर्ल्ड अंदर जाता है. जो भी एक्सटर्नल वर्ल्ड है हम उसे अंदर लेते हैं. So right now Asha ma'am, Razia ma'am, they are hearing me, looking at me, right? So this is how you're going to take what I'm sharing with you inside. So these are called 5 gateway of for the external world to come inside. So ये जो 5 senses है ना basically these are the Jnanendriyas. These are called Jnanendriya. Jnan is information, nothing else. The word is like, you know, Jnanendriya is nothing but information. So these are the 5 senses very new which helps you to take in the information. Now what happens is, आपने खाना खाया, okay? आपने कुछ खाना खाया, आपका कंट्रोल कब तक है? यहाँ तक ही है. Your control is just till here, till the lips, okay? आपके हाथ आपके lips तक जाए तब तक आपका कंट्रोल है, right? But एक बार the food that goes in, एक बार खाना अंदर गया ना, it goes into the mouth. Then the control is, you lose your control, the conscious control, right? Then the food goes in, and then the body has to digest it. No matter what, even if you eat a stone, the body has to digest it. Are you getting my point? Even if it is difficult for the body, even if it is unhealthy and harmful for the body has to digest it. There is no other way, right? आप समझ में आया? आपका कंट्रोल कहाँ तक है? Okay, there's pizza lying here. My control is, should I eat it? Should I not eat it? Okay, I take the piece, I bring it till here. तब तक कंट्रोल है कि यहाँ वापस रख दूं. But once it goes inside, the body has to digest it. Same is the case with the thoughts that go in, what you consume through your 5 senses, right? like what you watch, what you hear, what you listen to, what you watch, what you smell, what you touch and figure out the world. Are you getting? ये भी आहार है. It's also consumption. Okay. Once you take in, एक बार आपने कुछ violent movie देख ली. Once you see a violent movie, once you decide to watch a violent movie, okay, the violent thoughts are going to go inside. They are going to go inside, right? And now the mind has no other option but to process the violent thoughts. Like your digestive system, the mind also has no alternative but to process the violent thoughts. So the conscious mind will send it to the unconscious mind, right? If it gets processed, fine. If it does not get processed, it's there in the form of repressed memories. हमारे unconscious mind में बहुत सारी repressed memories होती है, okay, which comes out in the form of nightmares, anxiety, anger. समझ में आ रहा है यहाँ तक सबको के what is the process, right? So basically, they say it is very important that the 5 sensory organs are being used very wisely, right? What you decide to hear to, what you decide to look at. Gandhi ji ke wo monkeys yaad hai, or the symbolic, right? The symbolic, yeah. The monkeys basically were nothing but the symbol for Pratyahar.
Not, you're not.
Exactly. Yeah. So because once, you know, what happens is, once it goes inside, okay, once it goes inside, the mind has to process it. Like your food. So basically, हमारे पास control है. कब तक control है? कि हम लोग decide करें whether to watch it. Okay, if somebody is gossiping, whether to be a part of it or not. Okay. Are you getting me? Are we all together till here? Okay. So these are the functions of your 5 sensory organs. And this is the ahar that you take in. So in yogic diet, जब yogic diet के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो they not only talk about the food, but also talk about the thoughts, the emotions that you take in, that you consume. Now, what is pratyahar? Pratyahar ka bhi, what is the importance of pratyahar? So what happens is, I'll give you an example. So in your house, you have many electronic devices you have, right? They consume power, right? But every electronic device consumes power differently. So in a house, okay, if I'm talking about a house, the power guzzler is the air conditioner. Okay, it happens to be the king. It happens to be the power guzzler. So for example, the kind of power that an air conditioner would guzzle, your refrigerator would not guzzle. You know? So air conditioner would guzzle much more power than your refrigerator. So if you want to control the electricity bill, or if you want to control the consumption of electricity, you would regulate the use of AC. वैसे ही हमारी जो 5 senses है ना, can you tell me which is the sense which
Please close, huh? मच्छर आएंगे.
So which is the sense, okay, out of 5 sensory organs, कौन सी ऐसे sensory organ है which consumes maximum energy? Can you tell me of all the 5 sensory organs, which would be the sensory organ that would consume maximum energy like an air conditioner? Can you just think of it? Eyes. Perfect. Eyes. Perfect. So of all the sensory organs, right? Smell hai, touch hai, taste hai, they also consume energy. But nothing like your eyes. Your eyes are your air conditioners, power guzzler hai wo. Because majority of it is through vision, through what we see. Right? Are you getting me? Till here? हम लोग साथ में हैं? Are you understanding? So your eyes are your power guzzler. Okay? So what happens is, they say, okay, that closing your eyes is the cheapest and most effective productivity and relaxation hack. Free of cost. Simplest, because simplest people overlook it. Because I always keep telling this, we don't like simple things. We like complicated things. Okay. We don't like things which are free. We like to pay for it and then attach importance. Right. So basically, closing your eyes, they say, is the most effective hack that you have. See, I'll give an example. Have you observed कि कभी emotional moments में you tend to close your eyes naturally? आपकी आंखें बंद हो जाती है. Have you observed this? Yeah, रजिया मैम, आशा मैम, कि जब बहुत इमोशनल हो जाते हो, कुछ इमोशनल होता है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आंखें बंद हो जाती है.
Oh my
है ना?
God,
वो आंख बंद ही हो जाती है, right? Even if there's a threat, in front of you, you tend to close your eyes, right? And So a person while kissing somebody closes the eyes, right? If there's too much of pressure, at office or at work, whatever, you must have observed even at home, you just tend to put everything aside and just close your eyes and sit. Just naturally hota hai. Close your eyes. Does it happen? Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah,
happens.
it happens, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yes, yes.
the body has this intelligence and the mind has this intelligence that closing the eyes, okay, it's a natural form of relaxation. It's a natural form of relaxation. And of
Okay.
all your five senses, your eyes consume maximum energy. So if you want to relax, what you do is you close your eyes, right? What is the meaning of closing the eyes? You're closing your eyes to the external world, okay, and preparing to go into the internal world, right? तो ये प्रत्याहार हुआ. प्रत्याहार is withdrawal of senses. आप 5 senses को जो बाहर जो बोलते हैं ना 5 horses, busy exploring the outside world, like a dog let loose or like a monkey let loose. What do? Okay, you close your eyes, okay, and you withdraw your senses from the outside world and just focus on your breathing. That is the preparation of going inside, right? That is the first step of going internalizing, going inside. And मैंने breathing का पूरा session लिया था. I explained you how important breathing is, because breathing is the connection with your internal world. क्या होता है? See, I'm looking outside. There are so many stimuli. Okay, I'm looking at a beautiful picture. There's something going on. My mind is very occupied. है ना? अभी right now also you're looking at me, thinking about so many other things. Your mind is occupied. Your senses are busy, right? But if you close your eyes, your senses do not know what to do because they are suddenly free. अभी suddenly free हो गया ना? It's like आप बच्चे बड़े कर रहे हो तब तक बहुत बिजी है. बच्चे अगर बाहर चले जाते हैं suddenly free. तो फ्री हो जाते हो. क्या करते हो फिर? तो आपकी जब सेंसेस, जब आंख बंद करते हो तो फ्री हो जाती है. तो क्या करेगी नेचुरली? What would the senses do naturally? It would focus on breathing, right? Because if there's something happening inside, the first thing you observe is your breathing, the movement of chest, the movement of abdomen, as Asha ma'am said, right? Alternate breathing, anulom vilom bola tha, aapko neend nahi aa rahi hai. So that there's this internal sound, internal movement. You focus on the breathing. So pratyahar is basically a bridge between the external outside world and the internal world. Okay. Yeah, so this is pratyahar, and it's so much of importance has been given to pratyahar because क्या होता है कि we जो कंप्यूटर में है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ओके, आपके कंप्यूटर में है कि इतनी इंफॉर्मेशन और कंप्यूटर ले सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, वॉट एवर द इंफॉर्मेशन इज, ओके, इट कैन टेक दिस मच ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. What happens if you keep overloading your computer? If you keep on giving it information more and more and more and more,
It will crash.
it will crash. What happens if constantly you use your 5 sensory organs, constantly do not give it a break? It will crash, right? As Asha ma'am, helped you do the eye exercises, right? It will crash. क्या होता है? हम लोग नॉन स्टॉप, अगर आप सब लोग मेरे से अग्री करेंगे, भी नॉन स्टॉप कीप एनालाइजिंग, इवन नाउ थिंकिंग, जजिंग, right? All the time. Yeah, what is she wearing? Is she wearing a good color? Did she do it right? Is she explaining right? Is she talking right? Constant analyzing, constant judging. Hota hai, all of us do it because it's the function of senses. तो क्या होता है? Overload हो जाता है. So what do you need to do? You need to give it a break. All of us, if you really want your senses to function well, okay. Do you think people actually listen to each other nowadays? No. We are so preoccupied by what we want to talk. We hardly listen to people. We do, even if we hear the sounds, we do not listen to things. Do we listen to things? No. Because our sensory organs are so overburdened with information that we do not see what we see. Right? We do not observe. Okay. So there is an example. Okay. There's this girl who doesn't get to go outside her house. Okay, she doesn't get to, for whatever reason, she has to be inside the house. She's locked throughout the day inside her house. She doesn't get to go outside the house. Okay, the step parents, they lock her. Okay, there's this beautiful tree outside the window. The only getaway for her is this beautiful this window looking outside a tree, right? There's this tree and the birds keep coming on it, and this girl, okay, knows each and every branch of the tree. Why? Because for her, that's the only object of focus now. She knows each and every branch of the tree. She knows the name of the bird. She knows the timing of the birds. Why? Because the focus. Yeah? Samajh mein, yeah, Shirin ma'am, are you getting it?
Yeah.
Focus, complete focus hai, complete focus. Do you think we pay attention to anything so much? Like, are we really attending to things nowadays?
No, we attend to too many things.
No, exactly. Our attention span is going down so much so that right now I'm talking to you and I might be thinking about the dinner. Right now you're sitting here and you might be thinking about 10 different things.
Yeah.
Aapke computer mein there are 10 different functions going on right now.
That's true.
True? Yeah. So फिर हम बोलते हैं कि we can't relax. We can't
That is
sleep.
why God has given us sleep, so that you sleep and relax.
Exactly, but we don't even use the sleep. You know, Asha ma'am, the problem is we don't even use that beautiful thing called sleep, the rest that has been given to us. Okay, we don't use it. So the rest, yeah, the rest basically is pratyahar. Pratyahar is basically a beautiful rest, okay, to your senses. You have to give a good rest to your senses. How would you give rest to your senses? How would you give? If you constantly observe, constantly watch, constantly talk, constantly involve yourself in other people's lives, constantly think about the past, are your senses going to be free or going to be at rest?
No.
So what do? There's
Just
a simple
close your
hack.
eyes and look at the inner self.
Close your eyes. Nothing. आपको कुछ ज़्यादा नहीं करना है. Beautiful, simple hack technique. Just close your eyes. When you feel you are too overwhelmed, कुछ ज़्यादा हो रहा है. When you feel you are going to get into a fight, आप on the verge of arguments के हो, आप fight करने वाले हो किसी के साथ, आप argue करने वाले हो. Take few moments, close your eyes, sit at a place, and then see what happens. Such a simple technique. Such a simple technique. Coming back to Pratyahar, Pratyahar teaches you nothing, but Pratyahar says that your senses need rest. Okay, you need a rest from the external world. You need to take the movement internally to know yourself. And how are you going to know yourself if I'm constantly going to pay attention to Sonia ma'am and Asha ma'am and Shirin ma'am? Okay, I'll know everything about Shirin ma'am and Sonia ma'am and Asha ma'am, but Tejal will be lost. I don't know anything about Tejal. I know everything about other people, but do I know something about myself? Because I don't pay attention to myself. I don't go inside of me. I don't know what Tejal is. I don't know what Tejal wants. I don't know what Tejal likes. For that, you need to spend time with yourself. And how are you going to do it? Simple techniques. Closing your eyes. And second is breathing. I'll keep repeating this. If we meet for 10 years, I'm going to talk about breathing for 10 years. Believe me, I can assure you. Even the 10th year, you can catch hold of me that Tejal would be talking about breathing. Okay, because breathing is the connection with the outside world, the seen world, the material world, with the unseen world, the spiritual world, the non-material world. It's a bridge. Breathing is also a bridge. So Pratyahar, samajh mein aaya? What is Pratyahar? Why is it a bridge between the external world and the internal world? Yes. Okay. And see, I'll give you a very, this is anecdote. Okay. It's a very interesting one. So basically what happened is, have you heard about Bodhidharma? Bodhidharma was the monk, okay, who spread Buddhism in China. Okay, he was from the south, okay, and he took Buddhism, the principles of Buddhism, to the state of China. Okay, so what happened is there were 3 monks. Okay, the 3 monks wanted satori. Satori is nothing but moksha or salvation or self-realization, whatever you want to call it. Okay, freedom from the cycle of birth and death. So these three monks wanted Satori. They call it Satori in Zen. They wanted Satori. So they traveled a lot and they were hungry and they were tired. They went to Bodhidharma. Okay, now they go to Bodhidharma. Okay, and here is this Bodhidharma sitting. And he's eating his soup. Okay, so what is Bodhidharma doing? Eating his soup. These three monks come, okay, they bow down and they sit in front of him. And he doesn't talk, he's just eating his soup, making sounds and relishing the soup. And so these three people wait, like, is this big monk, okay, people talk about, and they're like, they sit. But since they are very tired, they are like, okay, they're like, we are hungry and we are tired. So Bodhidharma says, fine, I'll ask somebody to get soup for you too. So they get 3 soups, and these 3 monks also start eating the soup. And they are waiting, and they are like, we want to ask you something. So Bodhidharma says, fine, go ahead and ask. So they are like, how do we get Satori? Okay, how do we find self-realization? How do we realize ourselves? How do we get moksha? And Bodhidharma continues eating the soup. Okay, doesn't even no answer, and he's just eating the soup. And these 3 monks are now like pissed off. Okay, they are like now flustered. They're like, what is going on? And they're like, so you did not answer. So Bodhidharma says, I'm eating my soup. So they say, so are we. We are also eating our soup. Bodhidharma says, no, I am eating my soup, and I am eating my soup, and I am eating my soup because I am tasting my soup, I am smelling my soup, I am touching my soup, I am with the soup. You all are not eating the soup. Why? Because you are eating the soup and thinking about Satori, thinking about moksha, thinking about Bodhidharma, and everything else but the soup. So the first step is, if you are eating the soup, meditation says, eat the soup. That is the meditation. Buddha always said, if I walk, I walk. That is my meditation. If I am eating something, I am eating something. That is my meditation. So nobody says that while driving, you do meditation. While driving, you are supposed to do driving in the best possible manner. That is your meditation, right? Because you are driving. That is the task at hand. Are you getting?
Yes.
Yeah. So this was like, he beautifully explained that, you're not eating the soup because you're not with the soup. हमारे साथ यही story है ना. जब मैं lunch खाती हूँ, all I'm thinking about is the dinner. What am I going to make for the dinner and what am I going to, but I'm here with my lunch. So Pratyahar, what does it teach you? Pratyahar teaches you switch on, switch off. Switch on, switch off का मतलब क्या है? आप अपने 5 senses के master होने चाहिए. As in, master as in, you should know how to use them. So if you want to use them, you should use them. You should use them in the best possible manner. But if you want to switch it off, do we know how to switch it off? We know how to use. We know switch on. आंखें बंद कर लो is one step. Beautiful. Focus on your breath is another step. But हमको ना unfortunately कोई स्कूल में नहीं सिखाया गया है how to relax, right? कभी घर पे सिखाया नहीं गया है how to relax. All we were taught and conditioned was work, achieve, work, get up, go, rush, run, compete. कभी ये नहीं सिखाया गया है how to sit, how to relax, how to take a break, how to sleep properly. Actually, they should be teaching because these are the foundation of being productive. आपको पता है, if I don't know how to rest, I'm not a good employee. Neither am I a good housewife, nor am I a good worker. So, for example, pilots को होता है that pilots, if they fly for few hours, for whatever few miles, whatever the target is, they have to compulsorily rest. Even if they are like, I'm a super human being and I can fly more. No, they aren't allowed to fly more. They are grounded. They are supposed to rest. Because science knows, right, that you are supposed to rest if you do not want to meet with an accident. So Pratyahar aaya samajh mein, jo bridge, we will talk about the entire Ashtalimb. Okay, we'll talk about each and every limb. But you know what? I purposely chose this bridge today. Before talking about the external and internal, I thought, let me start with Pratyahar, which is like, it's a bridge between the two worlds. One which is seen, one where I can see, where I can see Sonia ma'am, where I can see Asha ma'am, and I can engage with you all. One is within Tejal. the world that exists within Tejal. My perception, my beliefs, my illusions, my motivations, my dreams. So we always live in two worlds simultaneously. There's an internal world and there's an external world. Pratyahar, the withdrawal of senses, teaches you how to rest your senses so that when you want to employ your senses in the external world, you do it beautifully. When you don't want to employ your senses in the external world, if you feel that the person in front of you is not worthy enough or the task is not worthy enough, you can. Have you seen a turtle or a tortoise?
Yeah.
What does it do? What is the speciality? What does it do? Why do we say symbol of turtle is a symbol of wisdom? Yeah.
It's in, they will explain it very well in Gita.
Yeah.
अपना काम करके it draws back his senses.
Perfect. जब भी उसको ऐसे लगता है that I want to rest, there is the threat, it just withdraws and goes into the shell. And that's the reason they say turtle को हम लोग ना wisdom मानते हैं ना symbol. Turtle हम लोग एक दूसरे को gift भी देते हैं, घर पे भी रखते हैं, you know, it's a symbol of wisdom, symbol of prosperity basically. Why? Because if you know how to withdraw your senses, you are going to be prosperous. Materially as well as non-materially. Right? I always say this, that the spiritual world, as they talk about spiritual world and the material world are not disconnected. They are not disconnected at all. They actually help each other. Believe me, they help each other. So this was Pratyahar, the fifth limb of Ashtanga Yoga. And why do we need Pratyahar? Right? There was another Shanmukhi Mudra that I explained. Do you know? Can somebody show me Shanmukhi Mudra? Do you know about Shanmukhi Mudra?
Yes.
Yeah. Can Asha ma'am, can you show me?
Shanmukhi
show everybody else. Yeah. Can we look at Asha ma'am? Yeah. Perfect. See, basically she's closing and you have to put your thumbs inside your ears. Yeah. See, what is she doing? Look at Asha ma'am. It's a symbol. Shanmukhi Mudra is a symbol because she's closing her ears. She's closing her eyes. She's closing her nose. She's closing her mouth. And basically, it's a symbol of cutting yourself, basically withdrawing yourself temporarily from the external world and going inside the internal world. So that is Shanmukhi Mudra. It's a symbol of Pratyahar. So itna technical jo bhi hai, usme se see, for me, I'll just simplify. We all need rest. Everything needs rest. Even your computer needs a rest, right? Yeah, inanimate objects also need a rest. Animate objects also need a rest. Yeah, ma'am, you can, Malhotra ma'am, you can unmute yourself if you want to share something.
No, please show us the Shanmukhi Mudra.
Yeah. Asha ma'am, could you show them again? See, you use all your fingers, all of you all can practice this. Yeah, put your thumbs inside your ears. Yeah. Okay. Put your index finger on your eyes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The middle fingers on your nose and the rest 2 fingers on your mouth. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So
now I've got it. I've got it. Thank you.
And this is a symbol of Pratyahar because you are just closing down the sensory organ. Temporarily closing down. बोलता है ना work. पता है जब work in progress होता है तो yellow ribbons हो जाती है road पे. Temporarily out of order. Temporarily out of work. Have you seen it? And then there's a better road being constructed. So temporarily you also should put an invisible yellow ribbon. You are like, okay, Sonia ma'am is temporarily out of work. Her senses are temporarily out of work. My senses are not going to be engaged with you or anything else. I need my rest. Do you think it's important? Very, very important. More so in today's world. When you have YouTube and you have WhatsApp and you have messages every other second and you have to like somebody, you have to respond to somebody all the time. It becomes all the more important in today's world. Yes, Sarah ma'am? Yeah? है ना? बहुत ज्यादा important हो गया ना आजकल की तो दुनिया में इतना fast है ना तो all the more important to take rest. मुझे तो लगता है अभी ज्यादा रेस्ट लेना पड़ेगा because बहुत fast है, बहुत सब कुछ fast है. So दुनिया तो स्लो नहीं होने वाली है. हम क्या कर सकते हैं? At TAARE Social, we can slow down. Yeah, the world is not going to slow down for us. The world, let the world run. दुनिया को भागने दो, कुछ छूटने वाला नहीं है, और कुछ छूटने वाला नहीं है. इट्स अ सर्कल, सब कुछ घूम फिर के वापस. यू ऑल हैव एक्सपीरियंस लाइफ सो मच ना, कुछ भी छूटेगा वो वापस घूम फिर के आ जाएगा. हमको ऐसे लगता है छूट जाएगा, कुछ नहीं छूटता है. Yeah, it's the same old thing. So basically, Pratyahar, you can start with closing your eyes every day for few seconds to few minutes. It's a preparatory practice for dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. So people who are interested in meditation should start with Pratyahar every day for few minutes, going on to few seconds, going on to few minutes. And believe me, it works wonder. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes भी आप करो ना, रात को भी करो, जब भी आपको स्ट्रेस जैसा लगे करो, जब भी आपको ओवरवेलमिंग लगे कुछ, आंख बंद कर दो. बट प्रत्याहार का आपने मीनिंग समझा, आपको क्रक्स समझा, व्हाट इज प्रत्याहार, व्हाई शुड वी डू इट, राइट? या, सो दैट वाज अबाउट प्रत्याहार टुडे. एंड coming few sessions, if you all are interested, I'll talk about the 8 ashtang limb, each limb, okay, in one session. If you would like to know more about Ashtanga Yoga by Patanjali, we can talk about Yama, Niyama. We'll take one limb, okay, in one session, and then we can go deeper with good examples, relatable examples. Would you like it? Then I'll work on it. Yeah? Would you all like it? So yeah.
Yes,
So yeah. So this was about Pratyahar. I hope it was interesting as well as useful. Not just interesting, but also useful. So what's the time? Yeah, I think we are on time. So what we'll do is just 2 to 3 minutes of closing the eyes. Okay, all of us will experience this. Right now, हम लोग ने बहुत information आप लोग ने ली. Okay, now let's experience the difference. Just sit wherever you are comfortably. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes and do nothing. Focus on your breathing. That's it for 1 to 2 minutes. Just focus on your breathing. Do nothing else. Relax your facial muscles. Relax completely. Relax. Shirin man, just relax. Just relax. Forget about the world. Close your eyes. Yeah, just close your eyes. Just enjoy it. Close your eyes. Just feel the calm. And slowly open your eyes. कभी कभी सहरा मैम इतना रिलैक्सेशन हो जाता है, नींद भी आ जाती है. You know, it's you feel she was so relaxed. Sahara ma'am was so relaxed that, you know, had it been for a few more minutes, she would have fallen asleep. इतने relaxed थे. You know what? That's the best thing. Believe me, that shows that you're totally relaxed right now. You know, mentally, physically, you're right now ready to go into the sleep. So that was about Pratyahar. Okay, what is Pratyahar? The technique, Shanmukhi Mudra, kya hai? Why is it Shanmukhi Mudra and what is the importance of it? And what is the importance of Pratyahar? So let's call it a day today. Yeah. And if you have any questions, or I'll see you, okay, in the next session.
sure.
I hope you enjoyed. Yeah. Did you all enjoy it?
We enjoyed.
You were very good, Tejal.
Thank
Very
you so
good.
much.
And
Thank
very
you.
knowledgeable also, and very nicely explained everything.
You know what?
Yes.
I'm a big thank you to you all, Salen, for providing this opportunity, because you know what happens is I get so excited about, like, you know, okay, which topic to choose. Then I go into it, I read about it. So, you know, it's a beautiful journey for all of us.
It's very interesting.
Thank you.
Love to
So-
hear.
It was very abstract, Pratyahar. You made it so clear.
Yeah,
Clear.
actually,
Thank you,
you're
Nana.
very right. I was like, it's very abstract and very technical. So I was like, if I go too much into the technicality, you would have all fallen asleep right at the, the 5th minute. So I was like, I'll get in some story or some relatable examples. Otherwise, so easy to, just doze off. Like, yeah, you're right. So
Very
yeah, thank you all.
We
Yeah,
learned
see you
to
next
know
time.
some